Hi everybody, this is Greg29407 back with another edition of Shroud of the Avatar. And we're with Killdozer, and we're right outside the South Longfall Wetlands. And as you can see from the map, we're right just a little bit of ways from Erie, the main city. And this is kind of a second part to the last episode we did. So in my best announcer's voice, I say, previously on Shroud of the Avatar. We went to Erie, and we did a couple of missions there. They were going to lead us into this one, but they took a little longer than I thought. And those two missions took like 36 minutes or something, which is kind of long for video. So first we found a couple of grifters, I think they were, trying to get us to hire us to assassinate Lord Drumplemouth and steal all his money. So we had to get to the bottom of that, and it was kind of an unsatisfactory conclusion, in my opinion. Then as we were walking around his castle, we found this other guy named Lord Maxon. He gave us a mission to go to Longfall Woods and find a missing document that a courier had lost. And we did that and came back, and he was really mean to us. And it looks like that may be the beginning of a new story arc in the future. So this guy is kind of a schemer and a troublemaker, so we need to be on the lookout for him. But we did get some good XP from him. While we were there, we met an elven gentleman who actually sent us on a mission that's going to take us into South Longfall Wetlands. This guy asked us to find his cousin named Patrator. She travels over here quite often. She's disappeared. And the main reason, though, I want to go over here to the South Longfall Wetlands to explore is that my understanding is there's a witch here who will give us the rest of carpentry recipe for the hollow log home. It's a village home. And she actually does that. And my character Tiffany has that recipe now, and she's actually built that house and has managed to sell it for a nice little profit for me. So I'm going to show you how you can find that recipe for yourself. So we're going to enter this. South Longfall Wetland has been around for a while, but it's been redone recently. So we're going to explore. I don't think the map is kind of okay for it, not great, but I'll show you where everything's at. And again, I found all this stuff just from going into the map and just wandering around a little bit. This is a good swampy area, so one of my characters, Dodge Raider, does a lot of cooking in the crafting area. So a couple of the things that he makes a lot of for boosting your combat focus and health is he makes scorpion claw potato salad, and he also makes crocodile skewers. So this is another good location where I can find crocodile carcasses to make my food. So that comes in handy because crocodiles are a little hard to find. So here's the entrance to this thing. It may be the only entrance that there is. We are to the north, due north, so everything else is due south. And here's the map, such as it is. It's somewhat realistic. Now, so we're facing south here. Now, if we go over here, notice we're surrounded by all this poison stuff. We got to get around that. To the southwest is going to be a series of ruins, some ancient ruins, and we're going to find a puzzle there. Due south, we're going to find the wreckage of an old pirate ship with a bunch of zombies. We're also going to find a bandit fortress, floating fortress. It looked like the thing from Waterworld with Kevin Costner. All the bandits are there, and they've got prisoners. They're holding a bunch of elves prisoners in cages. So we've got that. And then to the southeast, we've got the old witch's lair, and that's where we're going to go. So I think what we'll do is we're going to start off with the southwest, and we'll work our way around. And the way I found all this stuff was I just came in here, and I just hugged the wall and just went around the entire map, and that's how I found all this stuff. So first thing we need to do is get around all this poison gas stuff. So we may take some damage here. Yeah, there's some. Not a big fan of the poison gas. And there are a bunch of bandits down here. This is a tier 2 map. Not very difficult. It's going to be really simple for us. Unlike some of these redone maps, this is probably actually pretty good for tier 2 players. Except for like that. You probably don't want to go to the Bandit Camp, the floating Bandit Camp, because the bandits aren't that difficult because they're a lower level, but there's a lot of them, so you got to be careful with that. So here, straight ahead, you can see the ruins I was talking about. And it looked like it's an old town. These low-level guys. But I'm always going to be on the lookout for treasure. Yeah, the other thing I want to get from the crocodiles, aside from their carcasses, is those pristine crocodile heads are awesome. I love having them mounted on the wall. But they're hard to come by. I've only got a couple of those. I'd like to have a whole wall full of crocodile heads. So is it like an entire town? I guess it was flooded by the swamps and it's been abandoned for a long time. A lot of spiders in here. Now you can kind of poke around all these different buildings. I found some, just kind of wandering around, killing stuff. It's really good for, especially if you're lower level, you want to level up. This would be the place to do it. But the main building we want to do is the main thing we want to do is this main building up here. It's the biggest building. And, well, I probably shouldn't harvest all these characters. We're going to have a lot of them. But let's go up to this main building up here. And again, these are all ruins. I didn't find any treasure or anything. Just a bunch of spiders and things like that. I think this is some salt. Yeah, you can harvest some salt. Now the doors, the front door and back door of this building do not work. We got to find another way in. In fact, what we'll do is go around this way, and we'll climb in through this window up here. And we're going to have to fight some spiders. There's a big one here. I really like when they have these ruins like this. They're usually pretty cool, kind of creepy looking and stuff, and they actually look pretty authentic. So that's where the front door was, and there's the back door. That door doesn't work either. The floors collapse in here. Spiders right here. Yeah. Let's see if I can get them all together so I can find them all at once. There's one up here. There we go. All right, I'm going to turn on my powers here because they got all that poison. Yeah, so these things can get a little overwhelming for lower level. Okay. Now notice that there are a couple of statues. There's a statue there. There's a statue over there. We got this broken down floor. Now this is a puzzle, and to be honest, this is probably the simplest puzzle I've ever encountered in this game. Because here is this gate, and you see there's a treasure chest in there. It says, "Here lies the Talhofer twins, defenders of the channel, and blight to all raiders. May they continue to ward against whatever villains the ocean breeze may carry." Okay, so that's our clue. Now, I neglected to say that if you kind of wander through the map, you see that there's the bay, the ocean. I guess it leads to the ocean right there. And that's the way we came in. We came in from the north. And that's south. Oh, we got some more spiders here, all right? So I'm going to click on this thing. Oh, and now he's facing the water. Okay. And I'm going to click on this guy. Of course, he's facing the opposite, so I'm going to click on it again. And then one more time. Now he's facing the water. Oh, another spider. And the gate's open. And what kind of fantastic treasure do we get? Well, the same old stuff, but it's nice to get these fragments occasionally and stuff. You can use these fragments to make either like the gems, or you can make glass out of them, sheets of glass. So that comes in handy. All right, so we get some money. There's the two brothers, I guess. I don't want to take a sword. That's pretty much it for this little puzzle. So that was a little weak. Not too much to it. Let's go ahead and exit back out and go and continue around our survey. So then we're going to head to the south. We're kind of in the southwest part. We're going to go over a little bit over to the south. So again, that's the way to the ocean here. So if we continue going around the map, and if we continue that way, we'll run out of the map. They'll just kind of take us back to Novia. So we got some places where we can get some clay and probably some worms for our fishing purposes. As we head over here, there's a ship over here. A beached ship, and a bunch of zombies are coming. Okay. Now, the ship looks pretty promising, but to be honest, I couldn't find any way to get in there. None of the doors are actually operating, which seems odd because usually doors in this game are always working. So there's no way of getting inside the ship. And then what I also did was I wandered around looking at maybe there's a big hole in the hull I could crawl in through there, but there doesn't seem to be. So I get the feeling this may be a placeholder. I get the feeling there may be something in the future for this. So there'll be some kind of treasure or something at some future date. I wonder if I can get through those holes. Well, let me try one. I'm going to see if I can get up. Let me go back in the ship and see if I can go through one of those windows. Probably not, but let's try it. It's kind of at an angle. Yes, it's not sharp enough. Yeah, so I can't get into the window there. Nope. Oh well. In the future. Okay, so over here, here's the floating bandit camp. But this is going to be important. And there are a lot of bandits in here. They're all lower level, but there are a lot of them. And so what we want to do is we want to come in here, find the best way of getting into the bandit camp. Here we go. Here's the main entrance here. There's a lot of this stuff too. The Black Pearl. Okay, so and notice there's an elf prisoner in there. Now in this bandit camp, as you can see, there's a bunch of little buildings floating on these pontoons and things. It is a lot like Waterworld. As you kill the brittle South Longfall Wetland cage key. That's what we want to do, because that's going to allow us to free these elves. Now what you want to do is you want to question them. Okay, name. Forgive me if I do not share my name, human, for my own safety. Now it's important that you ask all 4 of these elves what their name is. And the reason for that, it will become apparent when we do this. I didn't realize this the first time. Now if you mess this up, all these bandits and all these elves, they recycle pretty quickly. So they'll respawn pretty fast. So you can, if you mess up, you can go back and do it again. On Tiffany, I think I did this like 3 different times. There's another key. They don't all, holy cow, that's loud. They don't all give you a key, but a lot of them do, and we'll need 4 of them to get a thing. So I think I went through and freed these elves like 3 times before I finally got the hang of it and got what I needed to do. So I have a second key here, and here's another cage. Quiz him. Always ask on the name. He doesn't want to answer either. See, after the first two, I just quit asking, but that was a mistake. I've seen much fewer bandits this time. Last time I was like covered in bandits. There's two more cages over here. Okay, no key there. So I need, oh, here we go. Let's find this guy. So we're gonna need to get a couple more keys. There's one. Let's let this guy out. Name. Here we go. My name is Patrator. That's what we're looking for. I've been in prison here for too long. I need to send word of my mission to my cousin Vanitas. That was our quest giver. You must tell him this exactly. Patrator does not have the charm. He's often found within Castle Airy, and if it's the sort of thing you care about, I'm sure he'll reward you for your efforts. I'm always interested in rewards. So this was key. And that was our thing. We had to find Patrator, and then we had to report to Vanitas. So Patrator does not have the charm. All right, so that's good to know. Now we still got this other guy. Let's for completionist sake, let's go ahead and get another key so we can release him. This guy set me on fire, but on the plus side, I'll increase my fire resistance. Here's the key. Good, good, good. Now again, as if you're a low-level character, you can fight these guys quite often because they do respawn quite a bit, and you really get your XP up pretty well that way. Let's quiz this. We don't need to know his name at this point, but let's do it anyway. Don't want to tell you. Fine. So who's shooting at me? Hey, look at this dude. He hit me in the back and then ran off. What the heck? He hit me in the back of the head while I was talking to that dude. Jerk. All right, so we can continue that, but let's continue on our cycle as we work our way along the outer edge. Again, that's the back edge of the map. Some more salt, so you can do different kind of things here. As we come up this way, there's some black pearl, hopefully. Yes. Now, as you can see, the map there. If you zoom in here, there is a little. Here's all the elf prisoners and things like that. Here's the ship was over here. This is kind of right. There's a shipwreck. The village was over here. Right up here is going to be the witch's house. So there's a bunch of land up here. You can get alligators and some other things, or crocodiles. But here is the witch's little hideout here. All right, I think I'm going to fight these dudes. Oops. So let's go into the witch's hideout here. And I kind of got, much like the missions we did in our last episode, where I kind of got like a stopping point thinking, well, is that it? Did I do everything I was supposed to do? I get the same point in this mission. There's the old witch of the Wetlands. Let's talk to her. The old witch you seek to chat. I have a deal, and you'll want that. But you should know before you start, I only wish you would depart. Let's ask her name. My name is not yours to know. Now leave me B, go, go, go. You know, help. I'll say that no help is required, though your presence is undesired. Take the hint and start to sprint. So she's like an evil version of Vanilla Ice. Everything she says is going to be a rhyme. Like, oh, this house is dated and hated, but we're going to take the zero and make it a hero. Same thing with this lady, which is kind of in a mean way. Now, they had mentioned an amulet in our last episode, that she had a special amulet. I know of an amulet that keeps people away, except perhaps you, who came here today. Now, I can't get anything else out of her about this amulet that Vanatus was talking about. She has some amulet that can make people come together and understand through magic. Well, that may not be using magic may not be the best way of settling differences between humans and elves. Maybe they should just sit down and talk and actually work it out, instead of using magic. But that's just me. But I can't figure out how to get her to tell me what I want her to tell me. So I kept coming back, and it said if you treat her with respect, then she may give you a lot of information. Hello, young lady. Is your mother at home? Quickly speak before I shriek. Okay. I don't know what you mean. I'll say that no help. Okay. No matter what I say to this lady, I can't get any information from her. Now, this is the hollow log house. And it was so popular when they created this that they went ahead and made it a recipe. And they also have the two log house, which I have one of those, and it's really neat. But I'm wandering around looking at this thing. And if you come around the back of the house, she has like a little utility room back here. Whoops. Large skeleton. So this guy would be a little tough for a low-level character, but that's good XP. Says there's a little utility room back here with 2 chests in it. So this one we can open up. I'm going to come at. It's empty. This one, on the other hand, is locked. Use the correct key on the lock. So I was wandering around. I couldn't figure this out. And I was looking through this lady's house. I was looking around the house. It took me a long time. But I'm going to show you where the key is. And I said, if you don't like spoilers, well, why are you watching this? But so you go to her fireplace. And look, you can click the fireplace off, which is unusual. And right here is a key. It's in the fireplace. Now, why she would keep a key in a fireplace? The key would melt. I mean, I wish there was a certain amount of logic that you could use in this game where, I mean, that's kind of silly that you would have a key in a fire, in the middle of the fire. But anyway, so let's go ahead and use this. Okay. There we go. I got the recipe. Hollow log village home. And this one's still empty. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Well, that's it. I don't know what more that lady was supposed to tell me. If she had more information about something. It may be that she's part of another story arc. And if you have that triggered, then she will tell you more information or something. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I haven't been able to find anything. But in the meantime, let's go back to Aerie and report to this guy about the fact that I found his cousin, Patrator, and see what he says from there. So, again, we've kind of looped all the way around the map. And we're coming back up towards the north where the entrance is. And you can tell because we're getting near all this poison gas stuff. It seems like if you follow the water, you're in a little bit better shape. Here's some more of the black pearl. You can use this place to farm black pearl. It'd probably take a long time. You only get one at a time. But, black pearl is one of those things that you need for a lot of stuff, and it's really hard to find. So, if you got a good source for it, you're in good shape. Okay, I need to go north. The gate's up there, so I'm going to have to run through all this stuff. I'm going to take some damage. There's some silver over there. There's probably some, you could probably noodle out some way of getting around this without getting hit with the gas. I'm not quite sure what it is. So I'm guessing there's something else involved with that old witch lady, but I couldn't find anything. And eventually there'll be something else with that ship. I really think that they didn't set that ship just for the heck of it. I think there's going to be like a story mission involving that, maybe a treasure chest inside or something like that. So, you know, they set these things up for future use. So it'll be kind of cool. So let's head back down to Airy. Well, Airy's pretty close. Is it still? Oh, and it's not under siege. I can't believe it. Let's get in there quick. And let's take the northwest gate because it's closer to the castle that we're going to go to. In fact, it's right up the street from the castle. It's right there. Very convenient. The northwest gate is a great location for a lot of the different missions you have to turn in. The Bone Steel mission, you have to see that Kyle Barron, the blacksmith. He's right there next to the northwest gate. The castle's at the northwest gate. There's a lot of sources for the magic shop and the cooking shop. A lot of things a lot of people you need to talk to is right up there. So it's very, very convenient. And again, I have an inn there called the Airy Arms that has 15 rooms available. So if you are new to the game and you want a place to live, but you don't have enough money to buy a house of your own, you can rent a room in my hotel. It's right there, and I charge 3,000 gold a month, which is pretty cheap, and or 1 kodo, whichever you want to give me. But right now, you better just give me the gold because it's cheaper than the kodo, and then you have a place to live, and you can each room has you can put in like 2 storage chests. Someone's been searching through my house. Let me show you. Someone's been going through all the rooms. So you would get a room like this, and you could put in 2 light sources, 2 chests, and then up to I think 20 different pieces of furniture, whatever you want, however you want to decorate it. I got five rooms per floor, and it's right next to everything. It's where you want to be. So there's the castle right up there. We'll head up there and turn on our mission. And we'll go up to see the, I don't think that Lord Maxon guy has anything else to tell us right now. So again, that was another story that seems to be starting, but that doesn't have a follow-up yet. So quite a few of those. On the plus side, you know, every month when they do a new release in this game, they add new things. So I think they have, you know, they're setting up the building blocks for some future stuff. So let's talk to Venatus. Hello, traveler, and blah, blah, blah. Let's click on Patrator. Patrator does not have the amulet. She wanted me to tell him that. At 3,600 in XP. I'm glad you found her, although it's unfortunate that her mission was unsuccessful. Nevertheless, we shall persevere. Also, I believe I owe you this reward. So that's the end of that story. All right, so that was the South Longfall Wetlands. Seems a little incomplete. I think that there's more that's going to be added later. In terms of the old witch, there may be something I missed, although I've done this now on 2 different characters. I just couldn't find anything else. I think that may be it for now. Her amulet may come into play in the future where she kind of gets the 2 warring sides to sit down. I don't know. I wish they would, if they don't have in the story right now, they haven't written it yet, they should at least say, to be continued or something, so you don't sit there going, did I do something wrong? I don't know. Anyway, so that's the end of that one. We have a really good recipe that we can now use to build our own log home, or you can go to some different vendors who may have built that. If you really like that log home, you can buy that already built. I have one of those for sale, in fact, at one of my vendors right now. So until next time, this is Greg 29407, along with Killdozer in this airy castle, saying arrivederci, and we will see you next time.